Sarah, let's move on to the trade talks. We're now in day 3. Apparently, we understand that the conversations have ended in Beijing for today. Markets are trading up on this optimistic view that the U.S. and Chinese officials can reach a trade deal. So what developments can you share? Do you think we are close in terms of something between the U.S. and China?
As the president said, we certainly are hopeful. We're optimistic. We've got a team on the ground. Those negotiations are ongoing. The president has a great relationship with President Xi of China, and we expect that something will come of this. I don't know the timing and exactly what that will look like, but what I can be sure of is that we are moving towards a more balanced and reciprocal trade agreement with China, and something that will benefit American workers, and that's something the president's not going to back down on.
Yeah, I mean, the president is the first to push back on China, who obviously wants to be number one in all the industries that the U.S. wants to be. Yesterday, we spoke with Jamie Dimon, CEO of J.P. Morgan, and I noted that the top 5 global banks are all Chinese. And I know that they are telling African countries and other countries across the world, we will develop your telecom infrastructure also that they could tap into and spy. So there are these big issues with China that probably... I mean, can you address everything as well as doing a deal just on trade, or is the president focused just on getting trade numbers changed to get the U.S. in a better position? What about the intellectual property theft? What about the spying? Does that change? I mean, how do you change that culture?
Yeah, certainly the intellectual property theft is top of mind and something that is going to be part of these conversations, something that the president has brought up a number of times, both in the public sector as well as in the private meetings that he's had with President Xi. These are all things that will be part of the conversation. And again, we're hopeful that we can make a good deal with China, and we'll see what happens from here.
So real quick, Sarah, Deputy Attorney General Rod Rosenstein announcing that he's expected to depart the Department of Justice. Agency officials telling Fox News he wants to ensure a smooth transition for the incoming Attorney General nominee, Bill Barr. What's the administration's response to this? It clearly, I mean, Rod Rosenstein was very much a part of the okaying and the go-ahead on the warrant to spy on somebody from the Trump campaign.
I'm not under any impression that he was pushed out or asked to leave by the White House. I know that he wanted to stay around 2 years. He's very close to hitting that mark. We've got a new incoming Attorney General, somebody that my understanding is he has a great relationship with, has a lot of respect for, and wants to step out of the way and let him build his own team around him, but wants to stay on and make sure that there's an orderly transition as we move forward in this process. But I'll leave all of those details and that announcement to come directly from the Department of Justice and Deputy Attorney General.
Sarah, it's good to see you this morning. Thanks so much.
Great to see you. Thanks, Maria.
Sarah Huckabee Sanders there at the White House.